This week's episode was a really nice episode, guys, and today I'm going to be talking to you and how I think the episode was really good and how was my rating on Dragon Ball Super episode 66, guys, and all that, guys. So if you have not subscribed and you're brand new onto my channel, guys, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to start doing these every single, maybe up to maybe every single Wednesday, or either Saturday. But it was an amazing, guys. It was so fun to actually experience it, and just a climatic match, guys, that has been happening, guys. So honestly, everyone knows Vegito came up, the legend himself. Vegito comes up and just starts wrecking. So the very beginning, technically Goku and Vegeta ends up against fighting versus him. You know, once they get launched all the way behind, it gets launched all the way into the rocks. Just Black Goku and Zamasu just annihilate Goku and Vegeta. They, I guess Supreme Kai ends up thinking that you need a bigger power to beat this god, apparently, because he calls himself immune. So I guess he's, immortal. That's what he says. So he's mortal. So technically, you know, Supreme Kai wanted to actually bring something more powerful to the plate, to the table. So he wanted, in order to beat these guys, the only thing that Goku actually thought was by fusing with Vegeta back in the day. Back in then, Dragon Ball Z, it was a really amazing transformation. That was one of my favorite transformations too. I guess Vegeta and all that. Vegeta, I mean. But it was really good, nice and all that. So, once, technically, you know, Vegeta's freaking pride was so, I guess, obsessed and was so big that he really didn't want to fuse with Goku. I guess himself, like he says, a Kakarot. He didn't really want to fuse with Kakarot. So technically, he ended up just saying, technically no at the beginning, but then he realized that he wasn't going to win without fusing, so he ended up fusing with Goku, and you know how it was. Supreme Kai said, if you are not a Supreme Kai, and you're just a Super Saiyan, or you're just a Super Saiyan, the effects as a fusion only lasts as 1 hour. I don't know, back in the day, whenever it was Dragon Ball Z, I don't know if they were like understood or they didn't know that, I guess, an hour was the max, because back in the day they said that a fusion was permanent. It was going to be permanent if they did fuse. But after, I think after some matches and all that, Vegeta and Goku did unfuse. So I think they weren't really that of technically, I guess, informed too much of a fusion. So now here on Dragon Ball Super, they kind of explain more things, and like that in order to be fused, and you're not a Supreme Kai, you only have an hour, honestly, an hour. So that's what I liked about it, and it was kind of fun and all that, guys, to see him fuse and become into Vegito himself, blue. How he says that Vegito blue. It was a really nice episode. I actually loved it. And now I actually wanted to make an episode on how, like, honestly, why did like Zamasu look all messed up and all that? Technically, the only way and I already had this in my mind, the only way he kind of looked messed up, it was because Goku Black was not immortal. Only Zamasu was. And you know, all that pain and all that suffering, all that amazingness, just power that Vegito and Goku and Vegeta were given away before, like in the previous episodes, all that beating that they were giving Zamasu, there definitely was going to have to be an effect soon coming up. And there it is. Once he did that, he technically just honestly just whenever he just did the Kaioken, I think, kick, that's whenever he fucked him up, and then he ended up messing him up, and you know, Black Goku ended up coming out technically, I guess, all purplish and everything. So it was pretty good. The best part that I actually loved about this episode was whenever they took out Vegito and they put him on the floor, they just kicked him, and then he just got on the floor, and then Zamasu ends up saying, I will finish this for well. And then whenever he did that, I love whenever Vegito just did the kind of, I think, the sword and just pressed and sliced him through Vegito's heart and chest. That was amazing. I actually love that scene. That thing got me super duper hype, and it was a really amazing episode for this week. I really do rate this an episode as an 8, because I would have loved to see a little bit more of Vegito into, again, technically into this, I guess, episode, because Vegito was really there for at least, they said it was an hour, but it looks like it was at least 2 minutes or 1 minute them fighting, honestly. And it kind of does suck how they just honestly left them there for a little while, and then they didn't really put Vegito out there. And you know, Trunks, one of the guys, the whole entire people from down, I guess, down in the ground, on the ground, they ended up going up, and they, I guess, Bulma ended up locking them into a little garage. I guess, like, that will help somehow, because apparently a garage is, I guess, immune, and is amazing, and is so protected by the freaking explosives going outside in the back, outside technically when Zamasu and freaking Vegito are fighting, but don't worry about them, it's a garage, nothing will happen. But, you know, she puts them there, and she starts working into the time machine and all that, guys. So, after that, you know, I guess the little boy and the little girl, I forgot the names, but the little girl and the little boys end up, I guess, inspiring, I guess, Trunks into getting him a greater power. So apparently Trunks ends up getting this, I guess, whenever back in the previous episodes, Trunks, I guess, sword broke, and whenever Trunks' sword had broke, it was kind of an epic fight there. Because Trunks actually, like, his sword broke in the middle of Zamasu hitting it, and whenever he broke, he kind of lost back then. So, whenever the little girl was holding the sword, so, you know, he gave it to Mai, the little girl gave it to Mai, and then Mai gave it to, Trunks. So then, I guess Trunks uses energy to construct the whole entire sword with some greater power. I guess, kind of technically like the Star Wars. It turned Star Wars for at least maybe 30 seconds, honestly. He just technically got a samurai sword and just got, boom. He just got it out. And all that. So it was pretty cool. The energy, he just constructed back the sword, and it was pretty cool. And he said he was going to go and fight Zamasu. So he went to go fight where Zamasu was, and you know, Zamasu honestly just wrecked him from the beginning. And he kind of did hold this, I guess, his ground for a little second, and then he got pummeled the ground again, like always. But, you know, he got really mad, and he ended up taking more of the energy. He started taking more of the energy around the people. So he was technically stealing the energy from people, but oh well. So something I really don't understand is apparently he made a spare bomb somehow. I mean, not a literally spare bomb, but he technically got all the energy from, I guess, all the people around the nature, everything. And he consumed all that energy into him, and he was already Super Saiyan God. Not Super Saiyan God. He was already like Super Saiyan Blue, I guess. Because technically he has like an aura with Blue and Super Saiyan. So I'm just gonna call it Super Saiyan Blue, I guess. So honestly, he ends up getting all the power and consuming it, and his sword turns kind of like a greenish bluish. And he just ends up wrecking Zamasu to the point where he slices him across, and he just does just amazingness. But apparently, just Trunks just goes up and just apparently just like I guess in some episodes he already learned some freaking Super Saiyan God already up in the Super Saiyan God ranks. Apparently he's already in it, but he's not that bad, honestly. So he just took the cake, and he ended up taking Zamasu out. And I mean, I understand that it is his world, and he should take care of Zamasu himself. So I kind of do understand that. In the next episode, we see the king of all, Zenos, come up, and he goes and, I guess, what I'm thinking about is that he's probably going to help Trunks, I guess, make his world better, so construct everything, and fix everything that Trunks, his whole world has been suffered. So he's going to go, and I'm pretty sure Zenos is going to fix everything in the future, and everything is going to be back, and then the next arc is going to be coming up. So I guess, well, the next arc should be coming up soon, guys. So I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. So subscribe, but like the video, and then comment down below in the comments telling me what do you think about this episode. Did you like this episode, yes or no, and what do you rate it, guys? Because technically I loved it because Vegito. I'm really happy, and I'll see you later, guys. That's all I want to talk about, and I'll talk to you later, guys, and peace.